俺はな、絶えずレベルアップしてんだよ。
So I got a new anime to show you.
It's about video games?
Kinda. It's kind of like a grindy video game. Like, you know,
I like Grinder. I mean, grinding. I mean, let's get into it.
So the Zero to Hero story is one that's just been done over and over and over and over again. Whether it be good or bad or mediocre.
Wait. You just call Harry Potter bad?
I didn't like Harry
Hot
Potter.
takes! Hot takes!
I'd never liked Harry Potter.
I'm not agreeing with it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not fully disagreeing with it. Like, I get those like big Harry Potter nerds. Like, I get the people that are super into it. I get why, because I've watched them all now. I watched it once through. That was enough.
I've watched parts of it.
Yeah.
When someone was like, we need to watch Harry Potter. It's usually because a girl wants to get...
I don't watch it. Oh, good thing she doesn't watch these.
Mediocre. It's one style of story that we all feel like we can connect to in some way, shape, or form. And today I'll be showing you one of my personal favorite Zero to Hero stories. And for all you anime-only viewers, don't you worry, there will be no spoilers here. As for you manhwa readers, like me, we're gonna let them feel the hype just like we once did, okay?
Just gotta throw out all of the ones. How much you pay for all these? Sorry. Roasted.
Now the story of solo leveling starts really about 10 years prior to the introduction of our main character, where from seemingly out of nowhere, these gigantic gates begin opening up all around the world. And along with the gates, monsters also started pouring out of these gates, from what's known as the Chaos World. But thankfully, those weren't the only two things that were happening. Because with the appearance of these gates, humans also started gaining magical abilities, which turned them into what is known as a hunter. And these hunters, with their enhanced capabilities, were eventually able to fight off these monsters on their own turfs, and close the gates to keep the rest of humanity safe. And as time went on, they were able to discover new things about how the world changed after the gates, such as human levels and tier lists, those who unlock these magical abilities, and where—
Is that a character? That looks like Korra or whatever.
That's a character in there.
That looks like the Avatar girl.
I guess.
Korra, right? Is that her name?
You got the right name. I just don't see it.
All right. What kind? Can you give me some examples of like the type of powers? Or is it like, because like Demon Slayer, like the power is breathing that allows them to do crazy sword fighting. The last one we did, Dororo, was like the power came from demons or whatever. So there's not even. This is the first anime where there's no demons.
Not this season.
Oh, okay.
where they fell on a tier list between E rank and S rank. Rarities or different—
Okay. Oh, fighter, tanker. Oh, dude, this is like a video game. Oh, this is. Oh. It's like Battlefield. Like you can choose your character.
enhancements people would get, gates and monster levels that were also put on tier lists and rated similar to how the hunters were, realizing that different gate levels have different materials of higher and lower value. And if you haven't realized already, this world has essentially become an MMORPG.
Wait, was Hunter one of the powers? Or was like Assassin was the power?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them are hunters.
Everyone's a hunter, and they're hunting monsters.
Yes.
They hunt the monsters.
Mhm.
But not every human got a power.
No. If you unlocked your magic, you kind of got put on like a rank of like how much magic you have.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, whatever magic you start with, that is usually all you get. Like you can't get stronger.
You can't get more power.
Yeah.
But all of this is usually balanced by an agency called the Hunters Association, who anyone with magical abilities who wants to become a hunter has to work through. Now skip ahead 10 years and we meet our main character, Sung Jin Woo. And as you may expect, he's not exactly a very strong character. As a matter of fact, he's often referred to as the world's weakest character by his peers. He had only unlocked just enough magic to be considered a hunter, making him an E rank. But due to that, he was constantly looked at as like a good luck charm by his peers, mainly because if he was allowed to go on a mission, that just meant the gate that they were about to go on was definitely safe. With that being said, definitely safe for them, because he would consistently get wounded on every raid he went on, surviving only by a healer keeping him alive the whole time, and on many occasions would awake to find himself in a hospital. And the compensation they would get from going in these dungeons due to the rank was pretty small in comparison to the higher end gates. And of course, I'm sure you're thinking, why would this dude decide to be a hunter if all he's doing is getting injured and at times getting really close to death, just to get scraps? Well, honestly, the same reason that we all work these terrible corporate jobs, Benefits.
Probably get paid more than a teacher though.
Oh, definitely getting paid. Definitely getting
I mean,
paid.
they're saving us for the gate. So this takes place in like the new millennia, like the
Yeah.
2000s or whatever.
Yeah, it's supposed to reflect our time.
All right.
Yeah.
The benefits of his sadistic career, though, he's able to pay for his mother's medical bills, who's barely holding on due to a disease she was exposed to, and he's also able to pay for his sister's schooling. Plus, he has an insurance policy, so if he were to pass away on the job, his family would get a huge payout. But anyway, the story starts with our main character going to work at a dungeon, and of course, everyone is excited for him to be there, because again, they know that they are safe. Except for him.
That wop. How many holes?
Too many at this point.
Great. I don't want to go down this pit. This is gross.
You started it.
I did, and I backed out. I'm out. Yeah, dude, this is literally Skyrim. This is just like you go on these quests to defeat the dungeon or whatever, or like the cave and defeat the dragon, and everyone has different powers related to different characters.
The only thing is that when they do defeat the boss, and they
Get
out,
an arm or a leg or their skin or some nerves back.
like when they do fight the bosses and stuff like that, they have, I think it's like 45 minutes to an hour to get out of the dungeon before the gate closes.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's how they've been keeping, because otherwise, if they don't, monsters start pouring out.
Oh,
And
right.
especially because there's monsters that have like different ranks,
Right.
whereas there's a lot of people that don't even have powers. That could be
Catastrophic and world ending.
They ran into a bit of an issue. They could not find the boss of this dungeon, so they decided to go deeper in and found these two giant doors. Doors that to them may have seemed like the possible boss room, but in reality was a rarity in this chaos world known as a double dungeon. And at first, everything seemed okay, until it wasn't.
That was intense.
right.
Damn. All right.
But thanks to Jin Woo figuring out what they had to do to survive, a few of them were able to survive each round of the murder, up until the final test, where the doors opened up and everyone began running away, leaving just these three there. And of course, Jin Woo, realizing that just the three of them will not survive, he asked them to escape, realizing he had been the weakest link. And once they did, he attempted to hold his own against the statues.
死ぬのが俺一人でよかったもう一度チャンスがあれば
Speaking of this, what was his power initially as the weakest link? He was a assassin, a healer, whatever.
I don't even know if they really brought it up.
Okay.
Like,
It was just so insignificant that like
yeah, because
he
like,
just barely qualified to even be on these missions.
yeah, which is why everyone was excited about him being on there, because they're like,
Right.
if he's able to come,
Yeah.
then that means we're
We're
clear.
fine. Yeah.
A little something popped up in front of him. And the next thing he knew, he woke up in a hospital. From then on, he had access to this thing called the system. And the system not only gave him a few perks that no one else had access to but him, but also gave him quests that allowed him to level up and get stronger, with the ability to put some stats into different categories.
Oh, this really is a video game. Oh!
Like
This
I
is some
said,
Black Mirror shit, dude. That's pretty lit. All right. Oh, so because no one else can level up, but like because he's stuck around or whatever.
he has this system.
Cool.
The system allows him to level up.
Solo leveling. Gotcha.
You got it. He said the thing. The thing's done.
I said-
Show's over. Goodbye, guys. Have a good one. I'm
that's
kidding.
it?
Don't actually do that. Don't leave. We're gonna go back.
Some of these quests include some daily quests that he needed to complete. And if he did not complete those quests,
Imagine running for 4 fucking hours.
That was 4 hours.
4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
That was the penalty quest.
Well, I wouldn't have let that happen.
You would have done all the.
I would have done all the quests.
There you go.
eventually he was able to move on to his first dungeon quest. And when he went on said quest, he found that those daily quests that he had gotten gave him a significant boost. Dude was able to slay monsters that consistently gave him trouble before. So he continued fighting off those monsters, which gave him a new title, which gave him more boosts. And after healing up, he went to fight his first boss. And at first, he was getting his ass handed to him.
Does everybody else know he's alive right now?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, one of the girls that's in here, the healer,
Yeah.
she has PTSD. The second she even sees a monster, all she sees is that smile.
Oh, that's how intense that smile was. Do they know that he has this leveling up ability No, he's keeping that secret.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know that he's been getting stronger?
No.
Okay, so this is like total, like this could just be a fever dream. Like we don't act like,
No, it's not a fever dream.
we know it's not, but like,
That's when he started remembering that he's come a long way from where he was. He was the weakest hunter. He was constantly looked down on. And before, he could barely survive monsters as weak as the ones in the last room. And between seeing how far he came and also being angered by how unfair he felt the world was up until that point for him, he decided he was going to take life by the balls and tell it to suck his.
take life by the ball. I like how you reversed it. You fucking, you Yoda that joke. Hell yeah, dude.
So he threw away that broken sword and remembered he put a good chunk of his stats in strength and decided to bear hug this giant snake to death. And from killing that snake, not only did he level up and go back to full health, but he got a new weapon.
Only cannot move for a set time.
Drain HP. Nice one.
I love, like, dude, it's literally like worded like such a video game. That's so dope.
Yeah, like,
That was a pretty cool monster, by the way.
right?
That I remember we were talking about that in Dara, where it's like there's some really cool demons that we wish had a little more love or whatever. That first monster was pretty insane, but so far that boss monster is pretty dope.
Next mission he went on was with a few C-rank individuals who were looking for some fill-ins so that they could meet the quota to go into this specific dungeon. And the fill-ins they picked were Sung Jin-woo and his soon-to-be close friend Yu Jin-ho, who was a D rank. And of course, if you saw his armor, you'd probably think that he was stronger than a D rank. But in reality, he was pretty much the equivalent of those like rich players who play pay-to-play games that buy all the good shit in the beginning.
You know who you are.
Yes, I hate you. I hate all of you. Stop. Let us play the game regularly.
I like that because it's just like, man, you're not good. You know you're not good.
Yes, exactly. That's why you're paying for all that shit.
Yeah, right,
Play
right.
the game.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
pay the game.
Yeah. I don't do either. I suck at the game, but then I just oh, well, this low level armor's dope.
Things went pretty normal as Jinwoo attempted to keep his newfound strength a secret from everyone. But when approaching the boss room, the C-rank hunters pulled a sly move, trapping the weaker two in there with the boss, assuming that they would be dead.
Do we know his rank? Now that he's leveled up a little bit?
It's implied that he may be C rank here.
Maybe about a C rank.
Yeah, but you don't ever really know his rank while he's leveling up.
Okay. But what was the lowest rank? Whatever.
E.
E rank. So he was an E rank.
He's technically to everyone else still an E rank.
And this is a C rank. And the guys he's with are the D ranks that just like locked him in here.
Some C's and D's.
What's the point of them locking them in the? Because they can't go until the demon or monster's killed, anyways, right?
Well, actually,
And when those C-rankers came back, they were expecting the two to be dead, but instead, found the boss dead, which is where their plan was kind of exposed. The 6 of them would usually bring in 2 weaker characters, kill them off in some way, shape, or form, take all the profits for themselves. And they tend to get away with it because the higher rank gates tend to be more dangerous, so usually things get let go.
Casualties of war,
exactly.
and we get the spoils of war.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So they would always
that's
bring.
a smart click, dude.
Yeah.
Due to the hostility that they showed, the system created a new quest for our main character.
何なんだこれ
It's like kill them.
システムが俺に
Yes.
殺人を強要する
It's so bright, like color wise, but this like he's turning dark. I love that. I love that duality, dude.
Yes. That's actually a really good point. Like, I liked the fact that I didn't even think about
Because
that.
that first, like when he gets the system, that whole gate, it's like it's all dark. Everything's dark. He's weak. It's dark. It's very like grotesque and is gruesome or whatever. Now it's like I've even noticed like since that scene. I know it's also because you turned up the brightness, but but also the coloring of the show I feel like has brightened up a little bit. It'd be awesome if instead of killing the last 6th guy, whatever,
He killed him.
He's like, dude, I could really use your armor. +10 defense. These guys are onto something.
Little did you know.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
Okay. I was like, damn, wow, this show gets me. I love that anime when a head cuts off. It's just like
Slides off.
it slides off, and then the spurt that just comes out. It's just like a It looks like a palm tree. Just.
Yeah.
I wish he was a little more zesty with the whole thing. Bitch, I've been leveling up. You think you saw it. The side effect to leveling up is he gets progressively more gay.
Zam daddy.
Damn, Daddy. Damn. I wish you could have just given me that head.
Moving on, moving on. After making it out alive and scaring the shit out of his new friend, Jin-Hoo, our useless rich boy, attempted to see if our boy Jin-Woo would be down to start a guild of their own. Jin-Woo declines the offer, but we'll come back to that later. Moving on, he completed a daily quest, which ended up giving him a key to a new dungeon, and the system told him that by beating this dungeon, he could get the ingredients for an elixir that could cure all illnesses. And so thinking of his mom, this dude hopped right in, only to get wrecked and almost murdered by a mini-boss.
Wait, can he die? Is he able to die? Or only the system can kill him?
Anyone can kill him. I mean,
So how does he lose a dungeon and not die?
He didn't lose.
You only had to kill one head. That's pussy shit. Pussy, dude. One head the whole time? Oh, that demon's fucking C-rank, bitch. So he won because he stabbed it in the eyeball, and that's its weakness.
The poison also.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did forget them. Yeah, poison. But it's stupid that you only had to kill one head. Like, you got two more heads.
Yeah. My only explanation is poison. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
But he was able to win just by a hair, and decided that before entering the castle, he was gonna have to get stronger.
So we still don't know what he is. He's kind of just like everything.
Oh, right. His class, you're saying?
Yeah, his class, that's
Yeah, we haven't figured out his class. Technically, he's been building towards a specific class.
Do we know what he's been building towards?
You will.
Oh,
in a bit.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You know. I'm
know.
learning.
Yes.
I will.
Yes,
Gotcha.
you will.
No, I'm wALiE. You Geo, I wALiE.
Next, he goes on a mission with familiar faces. You know, the people that ditched him in the double dungeon. Along with B-rank hunter Taishik, who was there to look over some prisoners who were there to reduce their sentences. Which I'd just like to mention, that does not mean that they're good people, because they are not. We learn later in this dungeon that these people actually assaulted a woman so badly that she ended up hanging herself. So the father of the woman ended up paying this B-rank hunter to kill them. And so he does. But after seeing he had witnesses, he decided to kill them too, and attempted to kill Sung Jin-woo and his friends, which activated another quest.
ほら見ろ。
Essentially what this arc is kind of getting us at is like, we're gonna introduce like a C rank, and then you're gonna defeat a C rank. Now you're gonna introduce a B rank, and it kind of like slowly shows how he's been leveling up in that. Okay. Because otherwise, just in the level, like we saw earlier, it was like level 15. And it's like, that doesn't mean anything on the actual ranking system.
Correct.
Like a number doesn't mean anything, but now we know. It's like, all right, he's fucking with some high level shit. Cool.
Exactly. So how you liking it so far? Yeah? Pretty good? Would you like and subscribe?
Are you not already?
You guys should like and subscribe.
What the heck are you doing, dude?
Like and subscribe right now.
Don't forget to comment down below.
Yeah. Engagement. Algorithm. Let's get back.
After killing Taishik, Jin-woo actually unlocked Taishik's stealth skill. Now remember how Jin-ho, rich boy, asked him to work with him so they could start a guild? Well, our boy finally thought of the benefits of that deal, realizing he could do something similar to the crew before, that tried to kill the two of them, by hiring a bunch of people and making sure that only him and Jin-ho enter these gates, so that way he could level up by himself. Which at first surprised many of these hunters, because two men were walking into C-rank gates, none of which were technically C-rank. But once they realized they were getting paid 9 million won each just to hang out and chill, which for us Americans is $6,700, they were all about it.
He hired the randos just
To sit around, so that way they could have the legality of getting into those gates.
Yeah.
But he just went by himself. And then they just made $6,700 per day for sitting there.
Wow.
Like, I fucking wish.
Yeah, right.
And while leveling up on the raids he continued to do with his crew, he obtained a few new skills and a job change quest. So one night, he decided he was going to go through with that quest. And although he realized he forgot to do his daily quest, he figured he could just do it when he got back, seeing as most of the gates he's been through so far have not been that long. Once inside, the quest actually removed access to pretty much any way for him to recover stats by external means, like leveling up, potions, etc. Which at first did not seem like a big deal, but once he started fighting some of the monsters there, who seemed to replicate all the skills of enemies he had fought up until this point, he realized that things were bound to get tough. And after fighting a bunch of these foot soldiers, he realized that some of these enemies were dropping gear, like armor that he could equip. So he decided to try it out. And although the armor's stats and abilities were added to him, the armor itself was technically not really there. It was pretty much invisible armor, but also not over-encumbering him with heavy armor.
But let me just make sure I understand this. So he's in a different part of the system right now.
This is a quest. Yes.
Oh, this is a part of a quest. And he can't regain health and regain stats or grow his stats in this quest.
He can level up. He just can't. Like, you know how when you level up in a video game,
Yeah.
everything goes back to 100, like health and stamina?
Oh, I gotcha.
That does not happen for him. He just levels up, but this health
Is that
and the
any
stamina stay
more,
the same.
or just for this quest?
Just for this quest.
Gotcha.
So after he felt he was rested enough, he went on to fight the boss of this dungeon, Igris, a knight who was a hell of a lot stronger than he was.
So funny seeing like a knight versus a sweatshirt.
Yeah, right? Technically, he has armor.
Dagger.
That part's.
After realizing that fighting with his dagger was gonna do absolutely nothing, he came up with a plan. And he pulled out the fisticuffs, which a non-threatened Igris decided, bet.
Just pause that. That was congrats. That was good.
Thank you.
Acknowledge that one.
And after getting destroyed by Igris in hand-to-hand combat, Igris figured enough was enough and went to finish the battle, which is where Sung Jinwoo's plan really kicked in, which was to catch Igris off guard.
Oh, dude, it's the eyes. It's always the eyes.
Managing to pull the win, a win that even Jinwoo accepted was a fluke. And after getting some rewards and a new skill from Igris, the system let him know that he was not done yet, and ended it with, good luck.
So he defeats the knight, and then a bunch of portals pop up, and the system's like, sorry, good luck.
Although he was able to somewhat hold his own before, he was tired from fighting Igris that whole time, and ended up getting overwhelmed by the pure numbers of the enemies he was fighting. And while staring death in the face yet again, saving grace popped up, his penalty for not completing his daily task, removing him from the dungeon into the penalty zone, which also allowed him access to his inventory, his store, his potions, all that stuff. So he was able to heal himself all the way back up. And when those giant centipedes showed up and he noticed that their name was not red, he figured it was time for another stat boost.
Instead of running from him.
He killed him.
So after killing the centipedes, gaining some new weapons, and being completely rejuvenated, he was sent right back into the fight. This time, and after finishing the quest, the job change came into play, and he was about to be given a class based on his performance on the quest by the system. He decided to accept the change once he realized that with this new class, he could essentially create his own army. And once he accepted, his new class skill was upgraded to the max due to some bonus points he achieved, and was given the title Shadow Monarch, which...
Okito. That was so dope. That was so dope. I'm sorry I had no commentary for the last like 5 minutes, but that... Watch this anime. I
win!
Watch this anime. Yeah, this is one of them. S tier. Holy
National
shit.
level.
National. Yeah, national.
Rise.
Oh, I got something. Wait. Bye.